I want you to look at this grainy video of a man on a bridge. He's walking with his head down, hands in his pockets. Now, listen closely to this audio clip. I get chills every single time I hear that. What's absolutely terrifying is where this came from. This isn't from a security camera. This is the voice and image of a murderer, recorded by 14-year-old Libby German on her cell phone, just moments before he killed her and her best friend, 13-year-old Abby Williams.
The deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German.
Potential case, 2 missing juveniles. Abigail Joyce Williams.
Getting scared now. It's getting cold.
The murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi. The girls would have been seniors in high school right now, getting ready to graduate in May.
At the High Bridge in Delphi, Indiana.
Delphi is just not one of those places where any of us ever thought that something like this would happen.
Community correspondent Sloan Glass has been in Delphi all weekend. And Sloan, what are people saying after waiting nearly 6 years for answers?
For me, this story started on February 13th, 2017. It was a day off from school in the small town of Delphi, Indiana. Two best friends, Abby and Libby, decided to go for a walk on a local nature trail, a place famous for this old, abandoned railway bridge, the Monon High Bridge. Libby's older sister dropped them off. A little while later, Libby posted this photo of Abby on Snapchat, walking on the bridge. It would be the last picture ever taken of her. When their family came to pick them up a few hours later, they were gone. No answer on their phones. Just silence. A massive search began, but the next day, the searchers made a horrifying discovery. The bodies of Abby and Libby were found about half a mile from the bridge. A missing persons case had turned into a double homicide. The town was in shock, and the police, they had almost nothing to go on. But then, they looked at Libby's phone, and they found something that would change everything. In her final, terrifying moments, Libby had the incredible presence of mind to press record. When I first learned this, I just couldn't believe the bravery it must have taken. She had left behind a ghost on a bridge. That ghost on the bridge, it didn't stay a secret for long. With no leads and a terrified community, the police did something drastic. They released the evidence to the public. They handed the ghost to the internet, and the internet went to work.
In breaking news in the Delphi murders case, new cell phone video of Bridge Guy is released online. It's the first time we're seeing the video that shows Abby Williams and Libby German's final moments alive.
The first thing I and the rest of the world saw was this photo. It's just a cropped, blurry image from Libby's video. He was quickly given a nickname, the Bridge Guy. For years, this was the face of a killer. I found myself just staring at it, trying to see something, anything that could give him away. And then there was the voice. They only released those 3 words, down the hill. It's not a question. It's not a threat. It's a command. The internet analyzed his accent, the tone, the sound of the wind in the background. It was haunting. And that's when I truly fell down the rabbit hole. I spent days scrolling through Reddit forums and Facebook groups with thousands of members, all poring over the same limited evidence. They analyzed his gait, the way he walked. They debated the bulge under his jacket. Was it a gun? A knife? The entire internet had become a detective agency, and the Bridge Guy was their #1 suspect. But this is where, for me, the investigation got really strange. 2 years in, the police held another press conference, and they released a new sketch of the suspect. A completely different person. They told us to stop looking at the older-looking man in the first sketch and to focus on this new, younger face. I remember thinking, how is this even possible? How could the suspect look like 2 completely different people? The confusion was just beginning. So there the internet was, arguing over 2 completely different faces. It was total chaos. And then, after that flurry of activity, came the silence. For me, this was the most maddening part of the case. They had his picture, they had his voice, and yet he had vanished as completely as Abby and Libby had. I honestly started to believe this case would never be solved. It felt like the ghost on the bridge was going to stay a ghost forever. But the investigators, they never gave up. I remember watching this one press conference from April 2019, and the lead officer, Superintendent Doug Carter, he wasn't just speaking to the press, he was speaking directly to the killer. And the things he said were absolutely bone-chilling.
Directly to the killer who may be in this room. We believe you are hiding in plain sight. For more than 2 years, you never thought we would shift gears to a different investigative strategy, but we have.
Hiding in plain sight. I can't even imagine what that was like for the people of Delphi. To live every day, knowing that the man on that bridge was likely one of them, walking the same streets, shopping in the same stores. The fear in that small town must have been unbearable. After that, more years went by. The case grew colder. The online forums grew quieter. It really felt like all hope was lost. But then, in the early days of October 2022, after 5 years of near total silence, there was a whisper. A rumor started circulating online about police activity at a house just down the road from the crime scene. At first, I dismissed it. We'd seen false alarms before, but this time, it felt different. That whisper, it quickly became a roar. The internet exploded. News vans swarmed the small town of Delphi. And then, on October 28th, 2022, the police held a press conference. And they finally said the words the world had been waiting 5 years to hear. They had him. They had made an arrest.
Actually, last Friday was the day. And an arrest has been made.
After all the theories, the sketches, the years of silence, they had a name and a face. But when I saw who it was, the story somehow got even crazier. His name was Richard Allen, a 50-year-old married man, a licensed pharmacy technician who worked at the local CVS. He had no major criminal history. He lived in Delphi. He was, by all accounts, a normal, quiet neighborhood guy. The definition of hiding in plain sight. So the immediate question I had was, how? How did they finally catch him? The answer was found in the mud. Police revealed that an unspent .40 caliber bullet had been found between the bodies of Abby and Libby back in 2017. It hadn't been fired, just ejected from the killer's gun. Through a ballistics search, that bullet was linked to a pistol owned by Richard Allen. But then came the bombshell revelation, leaked from the court documents. According to investigators, Richard Allen had confessed, not just once, but supposedly in multiple phone calls from jail to his wife and mother. He allegedly admitted, "They have me on everything. I did what I did." When I read that, I thought, that's it. Case closed. But I was wrong. This wasn't the end of the mystery. It was the beginning of a bizarre and disturbing new one. I thought that was it. Case closed. But I was so wrong. Just as the world was processing the news of the confession, Richard Allen's defense team fired back. And they fired back with a story so wild, so unbelievable, that I had to read it multiple times to be sure it was real. They claim Richard Allen is innocent, a scapegoat. The defense alleges that Abby and Libby were not killed by a lone actor, but were the victims of a ritualistic sacrifice carried out by members of a pagan Norse religion called Odinism. I couldn't believe what I was reading. They claimed that sticks were arranged like pagan runes on the girls' bodies, and that police completely ignored this evidence to frame a simple local guy.
When that thing dropped, as a defense attorney, it blew my mind. I had never seen a filing like that.
So now, the whole case is turned on its head. On one hand, you have the prosecution, with what seems like a slam dunk. A bullet that links Allen's gun to the scene, and multiple alleged confessions from the man himself. On the other hand, you have this bizarre, shocking defense, accusing a cult and claiming a massive police cover-up. And while the lawyers fight, and the internet argues over these two insane realities, my mind keeps coming back to one person, Libby German. In her final, terrifying moments, faced with pure evil, she had the presence of mind and the incredible courage to pull out her phone, open her camera, and press record. She is a hero. No matter what happens next, that bravery is the one undeniable truth in this entire twisted story. The trial is still ahead, and the full truth has yet to be revealed. An arrest is not a conviction. So now, after coming down this entire rabbit hole with me, I have to ask you, what do you believe? Is Richard Allen the bridge guy finally caught after 5 years of hiding in plain sight? Or is he a scapegoat for something far stranger and more sinister? This story is still unfolding. Let me know what you think in the comments below.